I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like Dale McPherson farting into Miles Davis' trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond?
Get off my lawn.
I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here.
And good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Thom Abraham Show on a Football Friday in the Doghouse. To be honest with you, it kind of feels like a fishing Friday in the Doghouse. I'm just going to say that right now. It feels a little bit like a fishing Friday because we are on location on the floor at the Ultimate Fishing Expo at the Coleman Omniplex in Coleman, Alabama. And let me tell you something. I was stunned. The doors will open at noon here today. This deal runs all weekend long. It's open till tonight at 7, tomorrow at 9, and tomorrow morning it'll open tomorrow morning, and it'll run till 7 o'clock, and then on Sunday it'll be open from 10 until 5. They have tons of exhibitors here with great show deals for you. They're giving away a boat here. They've got all kinds of seminars from bass and crappie pros, even some electronics guys, and I think there's a catfish guy that's going to be here a little bit later on as well. I mean, it is absolutely spectacular. And when I opened the door to come in here, I had no idea. This facility is incredible. It was built ostensibly with multiple basketball courts, volleyball courts, and things like that. I thought it was going to be basically like a big gym, like a glorified gym. This Coleman Omniplex is incredible. And I don't even know how many basketball courts are here. I'm going to guess that inside this facility, there has got to be at least 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 8, 10 basketball courts all under one roof with netting that comes down to separate it. But all of that is up now. And it is just something to see. Now, I happen to be set up right next to the Jig Shack, which has these beautiful custom painted glide baits and other kinds of crankbaits and things like that. And they've got all kinds of jigs and everything over there. That's kind of one of my favorite ways to fish. And right across from me is hand-tied jigs from Coda Lures as well. And they've got spinner baits over there, and they got some cool stuff. You got any 1-ounce spinner baits over there? I've been looking for a 1-ounce spinner bait. My spinnerbait provider only goes up to ½ ounce. I can't find any 1-ounce spinnerbait. I'm asking the guy across the way from me here, the kid across the way. But it is spectacular. And I can be honest with you. I'll tell you the truth. I'll be here for 2 hours after the show, just going and checking out every booth that is here. This is a serious, serious show that is going on here, the Ultimate Fishing Expo. And this is year one of that as well. Now, of course, Friday in the Doghouse means the highly interactive, often imitated, never duplicated Owen Home Appliance Friday trifecta. This one is heavy on the NFL playoffs with a very nice national championship game kicker in there. Now, you need to hit the first 3 of any of these games to be in play. I mean, that's the way it starts right off the bat. You got to hit 3 out of the 5 games that we are playing with here to get points. But if you do hit 3 out of the 5, you're going to get 5 points right off the bat. If you hit 4 out of the 5, you're going to get 10 points. If you get all 5 right, you get 15 points. And here's the kicker. The 15-point kicker is for nailing the score of the Monday night national championship game. That's the kicker of this thing. So, and that's worth an extra 15 points. And here's the deal. You can miss all the other picks, but if you get the score of the game right, you still get 15 points. You still get 15 points. So if you say, now the line is 8.5 in the game, all right? So to determine whether or not you got the game right, it'll be based on your score. So if you say Indiana 35-14, you would get the points for that because they covered the 8.5, all right? So it's pretty simple. As I said, you get the 15-point bonus for getting Monday's score right as well, even if that's the only pick that you get. Okay, so we have all of that out there for you. Hour number 1 is wide open. Feel free to jump in and contribute. 256-576-4000. 97.7. That'll get you into the show. That number is good wherever and however you consume the show. Now, we have a text window open as well, and we'll read and react to those on the air. 732-9TA show. Great way to get your picks in. 732-982-7469. Now, I understand that Twitter is down right now. And also, we are having a little bit of trouble with the interwebs here on location. Obviously, I'm connected to you guys, but the laptop is not connected. And I understand that Twitter is down, so you're not going to get to see the picks on the Twitter. The guys are going to have to tell me in my ear who the callers are because I can't get online to see any of that unless, of course, I could probably see it over my phone. I guess I'll see it over my phone. I guess that's the best way to communicate with me to the guys in fact, they're already sending them to me via my phone. I'm seeing that Philip and Wolverine Dan are already on air or already on hold. So that's a good way for you guys to communicate with me that way, and we'll be able to get those picks in. Now, let's get you your picks to the Owen Home Appliance Friday Trifecta. By the way, the internet issue is kind of creating a scenario where we don't have the video feed right now from here at the Coleman Omniplex. So we're going like old school. This is like old school here. So radio only right now. They'll be putting stuff up there. And in fact, I sent the boys a video of what it looks like here at the Coleman Omniplex. So maybe they'll shoot some of that, play some of that for you here every once in a while. But let's get you your picks for your own Home Appliance Friday Trifecta, celebrating 25 years of the Friday Trifecta. Our top handicapper after the Super Bowl wins the complete Gordon Ramsay set of kitchen appliances from Owen Home Appliance. That's the new range, the range hood, the fridge, the dishwasher. We're talking about a $10,400 value, and you pay nothing. And if you have a new kitchen or you don't want the appliances, no worries. You can replace this with something else of equal value from Owen Home Appliance. And they still have some of those 5-point bonus T-shirts left down there at Owen Home Appliance, just 8 miles south of the river on 231 in Alabama. I came that way because I love going the back way to Coleman, and I came that way today. It is a lovely ride on a beautiful day. So here are your picks for today. We got the Bills as a pick 'em against the Broncos. 49ers plus 7.5 at the Seahawks. We got the Texans plus 2.5 at the Patriots. The Rams minus 3.5 at the Bears. And then just give me the score between Indiana and Miami. Canes are getting 8.5. You don't have to say Canes or Miami plus a point. Just give me your score. Give me your score because you could pick up that extra 15 points if you get the score right. Now, coming up at the top of the 11, Damon Amendolara from SiriusXM's Mad Dog Radio will be in with his take on the game. Plus the Giants and their hire of John Harbaugh, who still hasn't signed, by the way. So that deal is not official, but everyone thinks that it's going to be official. And here's something that may surprise some. John is actually the older of the two Harbaugh brothers. Look at those two guys side by each. You would think that Jim Harbaugh is 5 years older than John Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh looks like he's been rode hard and put up wet compared to John. But John is actually 15 months older than Jim Harbaugh. So maybe that's the effects of actually playing in the NFL, where Jim played 12 years in the NFL after his 4-year career at Michigan. John was a defensive back at Miami of Ohio and then went right into coaching. Jim hobbles around like a 100-year-old man. He gets kind of slurry sometimes. And facially, he looks like he's 10 years older than John. Just saying. All right. You wonder, too, what dominoes will fall next. And again, right now, no interweb for me. We'll hopefully have that set up here shortly. So it could be all of the other 8 jobs in the NFL could have been filled by now. And I wouldn't know it unless the boys tell me that. All right. Unless they tell me that. So we'll get into that as well. We told you yesterday about the NCAA asking for a moratorium on the prediction markets. Now the AFCA Executive Director Craig Bohl told Front Office Sports that agent regulation was one of the main topics of the organization's annual convention this week. I'm still a member, by the way, of the American Football Coaches Association. Even though it was not a formal agenda member, Craig Bohl said that, quote, we have agents that are posing as agents, and they're not representing. They're lying to the kids. They're charging the kids. They're extorting the kids. It was like a cascade of coaches just screaming for help on this. So now they're looking for some kind of regulation there as well. Plus, the story broke of further accusations, charges, arrests in the gambling scandal involving schools, including South Alabama, but involving small schools, and possibly we'll get to that story as well. It's a crazy, crazy story, but if we get a chance, we'll get to that one as well. We'll see if we get to it, because usually today is a highly interactive day here. I've got some other notes that I want to get to as well, and some crazy bet. There are some humorous bets for this weekend, that prop bets that are kind of funny, that I thought I'd drop out there as well. So we'll get to that as well. Back in studio, playing the Platters that Matter, Stacks of Wax, answering the phones, living large and in charge on a Friday. It's the prodigy, the grasshopper. It's Baby Abe.
I'm the producer of this show. If I didn't step up, you're nowhere. I put this thing together out of spit and polish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
I have a sentimental weakness for my children, and I spoil them, as you can see. They talk when they should listen.
Give me back my son!
I don't like violence, Thom. I'm a businessman.
I'm telling you, there's an embarrassing press conference in that kid's future.
If you ain't first, you're last. He's got Abraham down.
What a catch!
What a catch! A leaping catch at the 45-yard lines, and he brings it in. How's the weather down there?
Hey, the weather's beautiful. I will say, I mean, it's cold, but it's clear. It is gorgeous down here. I'm just realizing that I don't think you guys got the video. Maybe you did. Maybe you didn't. Did you get the video I sent?
No.
Of the floor here?
No, we didn't.
All right. Well, I just tried it again.
Okay.
Because the internet down here, I only have one bar on the phone. So you can text me. Right now, I'm unable to get connected. I do have, obviously, we're connected to the radio station through the MiFi, but I have no idea what the password is for this MiFi. So I can't get my website, my laptop connected to the thing. So we're going old school here, John.
Yeah, and I mean, it's totally fine. I mean, as long as you're on the airways, people are going to be able to get in, get their picks for the Friday trifecta. And on top of that, I mean, have you asked possibly the organizers over there, if there's any Wi-Fi in the building?
They do have Wi-Fi in the building, and it is password protected. And I just haven't been able to get over now to somebody to ask them what the password is. Oh, wait a minute. Coda Lures guy and Jig Shack guy, they know what it is.
Nice.
All right. So one of you dudes write that down for me and hand it to me. And then this way I can be connected to you guys via the video as well. So that'll be cool.
Very much looking forward to that. But also, this is a Friday trifecta, a football Friday.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's one thing missing. It gets everybody in the mood. And that's this little ditty here. No, it's not that one. It's this one. This one, yeah.
That's sweet, man. Oh, now you got me in the mood. Good job by you, John. Oh, now you got me going. That is outstanding.
Keep it on.
So check with did Brody get my video? Did he get it?
No.
It would be so cool if you guys got that, because if you get it, then you can kind of give a little lay of the land of what it looks like over here.
Yeah. Well, as soon as we do get it, we'll make sure that it's on the stream. So head over to WZZN TV and subscribe to that bad boy.
Yeah. So we'll have that hooked up for you as well. All right. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to shortstop things, take our first break, come back with our first round of calls, because I am now connected, which means you guys will have video here shortly, and you'll be able to see my smiling face out here at the Coleman Omniplex. This place, I'm just raving about it. This is listen, I go to the Bassmaster. I work for Bass. I go to the Bassmaster Classic every year, right? And so I'm there. It's not as massive, obviously, as the 150,000 square foot outdoor expo at a Bassmaster Classic. But other than that, it is every bit as cool. I mean, it looks fantastic in here. And there are tons of vendors in here, hundreds of vendors in here. We'll tell you how many a little bit later on. Jeff, the organizer, is supposed to slide on by, so we'll see if we see him in a few minutes as well. So we'll get a break in here. We'll come back. We'll start taking your phone calls next. It's the Thom Abraham Show on a Football Friday.
In the market for a newer used car? Look no further than Hyundai of Decatur. With a large inventory of new, used, and certified pre-owned Hyundai models, Greenway Hyundai of Decatur is here to service all of your Hyundai needs. Come visit our exceptional service department as well. With state-of-the-art facilities and a caring team of automotive professionals waiting to service your vehicle, make Hyundai of Decatur your #1 choice for all your automotive needs. Give them a call today at 256-274-0279 or visit them online at greenwayhyundaiofdecatur.com.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. I know your accident is the real thing, and they happen to real people.
I'm attorney Justin Lackey. There's a lot of talk right now about bigger, but when you've had a wreck, is bigger better?
I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. Do you want to be just a case number?
With offices in Huntsville and Scottsboro, we take the time to help.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4-RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
At Stella at 5 Points, living isn't just about having an apartment, it's about living artfully. Imagine waking up with the upscale feel of Atlanta or Nashville right here in the heart of Huntsville. Modern, stylish apartments, open layouts, stainless steel appliances, and resort-inspired amenities. Nestled in vibrant 5 Points, you'll enjoy walkability, parks, dining, and quick access to downtown without the chaos. Stella at 5 Points. Live artfully. Live Stella.
Hi, this is Wes Neighbors. I'm here with Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Sam, tell the folks about Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Hey, Wes. Our company, Fleming Roofing and Restoration, specializes in commercial and residential roofing and repairs. I'm a fifth-generation Huntsvillian, and our family's been doing construction business in Huntsville area since 1965.
Sam, what kind of roofs does Fleming Roofing and Restoration do?
Our guys are skilled enough. We can come out and address any kind of leaks or issues you might have on your commercial, on your metal roofing, on your shingles. We can do anything, and we can offer you a solution to repair it, or we can replace it.
You guys also do insurance restoration.
Our staff has 10 plus years of experience as insurance adjusters, and we really do know the inside and out of the claims process at Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Check out Fleming Roofing and Restoration online at FlemingHSV.com, or you can call or text them at 256-651-9440.
Hey, Wes, we show up.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at the service department at Woody Anderson Ford. When you need service on your vehicle, whether it's a Ford or any other make, you want to get into Woody Anderson Ford, where their expert service technicians will get it diagnosed and repaired right away, the right way. And while you are there, check out all the new and pre-owned vehicles at Woody Anderson as well. They are ready to make you the best deal possible. Visit Woody Anderson Ford today.
Woody Anderson Ford on Jordan Lane in Huntsville, Hughes Road in Madison, and online at WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Hey folks, Bob Baumhauer here. We're extremely proud that Baumhauer's Victory Grill has been serving Alabama for 43 legendary years. Our motto is legendary fun, legendary food, and we strive to make every dining experience a special one for all of our guests. Our menu features delicious, always fresh and scratch-made in-house recipes. And of course, our award-winning wings and sauces. And don't forget, our happy hour and halftime daily specials cannot be beat. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loaders from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best. And this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Thompson Tractor knows how much value you place on your customer satisfaction. It's how you build your business. It's also how we build ours. Since 1957, hardworking folks like you have counted on Thompson to provide the absolute best lineup of equipment in the industry, all backed by a customer service and product support team that time and again have proven to be second to none. It's all about maintaining peak performance. Always has been, always will be. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the Tom Abraham Show is brought to you by Mike Owen and Owen Home Appliance. Mike has over 25 years experience in the appliance industry, and since 2017, Owen Home Appliance has served customers in the Tennessee Valley with a focus on quality products, affordable prices, and excellent customer service. Owen Home Appliance also prides themselves on community involvement as well. They get involved in all kinds of things, sponsoring local teams and events and so on, and they make sure that you get the right appliance at the right price. It's Owen Home Appliance. Welcome back on a Football Fishing Friday. I'm Thom Abraham. The video is now running at WZZN TV, so you can kind of check that out as well.
You froze.
They tell me I'm froze. No, I'm not that cold. I mean, it's warm in here. I was froze yesterday. Oh, you mean the video froze?
Yeah. I'm glad you're warm because it's like 60 degrees here in the studio.
Well, what's going on with that? Why would it be like that? Are you serious?
I think at one point Steve might have touched it, but I don't know if he turned it down that much. Yeah, it's cold in here.
You know how to run a thermostat, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
but
you can,
I'm not the owner of this house. All right?
Yeah, you can fix that. I always put it. You better, because they'll be cold on the other side. I always put it at 68, 69 degrees. So go over there in the next break, and you can put it at 68, 69 degrees. Otherwise, those people will be cold. Right? So hopefully the video is back up for you now as well. All right, phone lines are open if you want to jump on in, 256-576-4977. The action opens here right when the show ends. When this show ends, the fishing show starts. All right, so at noon, but everybody is getting ready to go. They're all dressed up and got their booths all ready, and it's really, really cool, the stuff that is here. And you're going to want to come on down. Open to 7 o'clock tonight, and then open again tomorrow till 7, and then on Sunday 10 to 5 as well. All right, let's go to the lines. And we start with the Phillip, who's up first. Phillip, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm all right. Let's do this stupid trifecta, which isn't that bad this week, actually, by the way. But let's do that, and then I have a comment.
Mill, why are you negative about that? I know you're negative about other stuff, but why are you negative about the trifecta? You're an NFL guy. These are all NFL games pretty much.
I know. I said it wasn't that bad.
Oh, okay.
I said it was better than it usually is.
All right, so the Bills versus the Bills at the Broncos, it's a pick'em.
Broncos.
The 49ers plus 7.5 at the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Texans plus 2.5 at the Patriots.
Texans Super Bowl champions.
You're nuts. Rams minus 3.5 at the Bears.
Rams.
Give me the score of the national championship game on Monday night.
42-21.
Who?
Indiana.
All right. What else is on your mind?
Okay. You'll probably hang up on me on this because I know how you are. I know how you think. I know how you operate. So a few years ago, it's kind of a question. A few years ago, a few rogue cops needlessly murdered a black guy. And the NFL players freaked out. We went through that whole thing.
Now, well, you're talking about George Floyd.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just resist the term murder, but okay, go ahead.
We have unconstitutional, masked by the thousands, militiamen running through the streets of America, murdering American citizens, breaking into private residences without warrants, claiming they don't need one because we have a psycho in the White House. And yet, the NFL and all professional sports, football, I'm talking active right now, football, NBA, hockey, nobody has anything to say.
Well,
this is like the Gestapo in America right now.
Yeah,
We're back in the KKK 50s.
No, you're not. You're not. And I'm gonna stop.
America.
Listen, I'm gonna stop you right there because it says Football Friday.
I know you
got
would.
a lot of picks, but I will say that I gave you room to go with it. Thanks for the call, Philip. I gave you room to roll with it, And I will say this: the reason that that's not happening is because the majority of the people in this country want to see the illegal situation straightened out. All right, it's not the Gestapo; they are police. They are they are law enforcement, and they're enforcing our immigration laws. Okay, and if you had ever had somebody that had been affected by illegal immigrants committing crimes at an incredibly high rate, or if somebody in your family had been hurt or murdered or from an illegal and an incredibly high rate, then you maybe would have a different opinion on it. But it's not. They're not the Gestapo. It's ICE. It's our immigration police, and they're doing a job that the American people want. Okay, so this is what we voted for. So you got to deal with it. Up next, Wolverine Dan. Wolverine Dan, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hello. Hey, Wolverine Dan. This is Wolverine Dan, social secretary. Hang on.
Yeah, she's doing work on a table.
The other hat.
Hey, you know what? It's nothing like a really good, positive phone call to wake you up in the morning, make you want to make a great day of it. Yeah. You know, I mean, first off, you suck, all right? And then we start talking about dead people, all right? All right. So I'm going to be the complete opposite. I'll give you a little sunshine on this sunny day, but it's cold. You know, last night, Tom, it was really cool. And you've got time zones, okay? And I was able to watch the Sony Open in Hawaii at 9:00 at night. Wasn't that cool?
Yeah, the Sony Open, and then the Dubai is also going on, which is in the middle of the night from over there. But it is kind of neat to watch a little bit of golf. There's no doubt, because as we segue into the next topics and the next time of year, that's one of the things that comes up as we start seeing the golf, and it just warms you up just to watch it.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. But also another thing that's really cool is that in the near future, I'll be in Hawaii with my family.
Have you ever been before?
No, I have not, Tom.
You're going to really like it. Are you going to Maui, or are you just going to Honolulu?
We're going to the Big Island.
The Big Island.
5 nights, and then Oahu.
Oahu.
Yeah, Oahu's nice. Yeah, that's where Maui is. Oahu is really, stay away from Honolulu. I think Oahu, that's where it is. But anyway, I think that I wasn't a fan of Honolulu. I went there many, many years ago. Went to Maui and the Big Island, which is really, really cool. I will say this. Sometimes, depending on my father and I went on a fishing charter, and they were not real fond of mainlanders. At that point in time, they were like, oh, you guys have ruined our state and everything else. It's like, oh, get out of here.
Okay. Well, no, we're not doing that. But the one place I do want to see is the
USS Arizona.
USS
Arizona. The Arizona, Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. So listen, let's get on the trifecta because there's other people need to get on the phone.
All right. We start in Denver, where the Bills are a pick-em at the Broncos.
Yeah. I think this quarterback's going to get a Super Bowl. I'll go Bills.
49ers get 7.5 at the Seahawks.
Yeah, Seahawks are tough. Yeah, I'll play without a tight end. 49ers Seahawks.
Texans get 2.5 at the Patriots.
I like Texans defense. I think they're gonna. Yeah, I think this is going to be a Texan win.
And the Rams are minus 3.5 at your Bears.
They're gonna what? Excuse me? No, they're gonna get their ass beat. Stafford is going to go off, and you're going to bury him. And they're going to be the what do you call them? The Truman Show football team. It's all fakes and mirrors, man. It's all it is. Yeah, they're going down. It's L.A., baby. Detroit quarterback Stafford all the way.
Give me a score. Yeah, because he's used to that cold weather because he played in Detroit in a gym. Give me that score for Monday night.
That my wife goes, ooh. Let's go. You know what? It's going to be Indiana, and they are not going to cover the spread, but they will win the game. I want to say it's going to be like 24-27 Indiana. and that'll be the third national championship in 3 years, which makes us the best conference in America.
Yeah, that'll actually, you're no doubt about that. I mean, that'll be the third in 3 years, and this will be the fourth in the last 20 years, where the SEC has won 13 national championships in the last 20 years with 5 different teams. But, you'll be up to 4.
No.
When the Big Ten wins, they'll be up to 4 national championships in the last 20 years.
Facts are stubborn things. And here's the other one more fact before I roll.
4 in the last 20 years. 13, 4,
Hey, north of the Mason-Dixon, there's a lot more coin in pockets than there are down here. So
there's definitely some money up there.
Yeah. There you go. All right, peace out,
man.
bro. Have a great weekend.
Appreciate you. Thanks. My weekend's going to be great because I'm going to be here for the rest of the afternoon when I'm done with this radio show. By the way, when you give me your score, do it like a dude does. Give me the higher number first. John, how old were you when I told you how to present a score? When I mean, you were like 3 years old, I think, and you said, I hope Cleveland wins 17-30 or something like that, and I had to straighten you out.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you
funny.
always put the bigger number first.
There's probably been a few times when I was like 8 or 9 where I messed it up, but I remember you throwing that at me because every time I hear somebody else say it wrong, which John, my roommate, does it quite a few times, it kind of irks me.
Does he really?
He does. But he's a golf guy, so lowest number wins.
I'm going to take your man card away. If you give me a score and you tell me the score is going to be Indiana's going to win 24-27, don't say that. Don't say that. By the way, regarding Philip, and I like Philip because Philip's been a fan of the show for 18 years. You don't have to be the same politically, to like a guy. I will say this. I've known him. He's been calling this show for 17, 18 years. Okay. I had no idea that he was a bleeding heart liberal. I did not know that at all. That kind of shocked me. I'll be honest with you. I thought with Philip, I just thought he would be on the other side of that. I thought he would be like, you know what? Round them up, baby. Get them out of here. Get them illegals out of here. So that surprised me a little bit. The other thing that surprised me is that Wolverine Dan must not have been listening to Philip's call, because if Wolverine Dan was actually listening to Philip's call, Wolverine Dan is a dyed-in-the-wool hawk. So he would have been completely on the other side of that. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah, I'm looking at this apparatus over here, and I don't know what's going on over there. Why is that? Why are those tools? Are those tools magnetically hanging on that? Oh, it's Magnalure holding the things that you need. Oh, that's interesting. Man, they got some really cool stuff over here, man. And I'm right next to the Cajun seasonings guy too. And but that stuff would tear me up. I wonder if they got mild stuff over there too. I love the seasoning, but I can't do the hot stuff. From hot to not. That's what it says. It's TT's Pepper Jellies LLC, from hot to not. So when you come on down here, make sure you check those guys out as well. All right, phone lines are open, 256-576-4977. We'll get you into the show. You can also make your picks at 732-9TA show, 732-982-7469. I left this first hour completely open for you guys so that you can jump on board and get into this thing if you'd like to get into this trifecta. Yes, the Big Ten is trying to do something that only the SEC has ever done, and that's have 3 different teams win the Natty in back-to-back seasons. Now, the SEC did it in 2019 because there's nothing that the Big Ten can do that the SEC hasn't already done. Let's just be honest, okay? But the Big Ten did do it. The SEC already did this in 2019 with LSU, 2020 Alabama, 2021 Georgia. Of course, Auburn and Florida have also won national championships in the last 20 years. And this would be only the 4th Big Ten win, the 3rd team to win a national championship since, as long as I've been alive. And I've been alive since 1960. All right, so we're talking about a long time. We're talking about 65 years. Now, I guess you can give a half a one to Michigan State, 1966. All right, when they split it between Michigan State and Notre Dame, who had tied in 1966, and both finished like 10-0-1. But everybody knows that Alabama had the best team in the country that year. That's the missing ring. Alabama was undefeated, untied in 1966. But it was, there was an issue there. There was a lot of voters that voted, especially northern voters, that would vote against them because they were a lily white team. They were at that point still a segregated team, and they didn't get that one. So we give Michigan State a half, I guess, at that point in time. But the SEC has won 13 national championships in the last 20 years with 5 different teams. This would be the Big Ten's 4th national championship. The other 3 are the ACC, with Florida State winning 1 and Clemson winning 2. Okay, and in those cases, Florida State and Clemson had to beat SEC teams to win the national championship. Okay, it was Alabama, Clemson getting over on Alabama, Florida State getting over on Auburn. So I get that this could be 3 in a row for the 10. I understand that. I'm totally aware of it. I think the 10 is pulled relatively even now with the SEC. There is certainly a lot of money up north, and these schools have huge benefactors and big payrolls. I understand that. But recency bias aside, at best, they've pulled even. At best. Let's not get twisted here. This will be the 4th Big Ten. If they win, this will be the 4th Big Ten championship in 20 years. Okay, so let's not get that thing, twisted around. All right, phone lines are open. If you want to jump on board, you can do that. Some notes about this weekend. Some very interesting things going on here this weekend. Chicago, of course, the Bears are the number 2 seed in the NFC. New England is the number 2 seed in the AFC. Both teams won division titles this year. They were last in their division last year. This is what makes the NFL great. This is even what makes now college football great. That's the one thing that the transfer portal and NIL has done, is it has given hope to many more organizations. Indiana would have never in a million years thought they'd still be losing games like they were going out of style. Never in a million years would Indiana be in this position without NIL, without, of course, a great coach in Kurt Cignetti, who trained under, of course, Nick Saban. But they would have never been in this scenario. And now we're seeing a much more even playing field because of the NIL and the transfer portal. But specifically to the NFL, this is the difference between the NFL and Major League Baseball. We just saw Kyle Tucker sign 4 years, $60 million a year for Kyle Tucker, a right fielder, a nice right fielder. But look, he's no Aaron Judge. He's no Aaron Judge. John, put the crack research team on the Aaron Judge's average. I think Aaron Judge's average salary is $37 million a year. I think Aaron Judge is $37 million a year. But this is how fast this is growing. And this is like the ownership of the Dodgers, with money not being an issue at all, saying, whatever. How much? You want that guy? We'll take that guy. $40 million for Aaron Judge. So Aaron Judge, you're telling me that Kyle Tucker got 50% more than Aaron Judge? Kyle Tucker's a nice player. He's not Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is making 40. Kyle Tucker is making 60. That's gross. Okay? I don't know what they're doing. It's crazy. But in the NFL, because of a salary cap, a real hard salary cap, you can have the Bears and the Patriots finish last in their division in 1 year, and you can have hope that they could be hosting a playoff game in the division around the next year. Since 1970, 7 teams have hosted a conference championship game after finishing last or tied for last in the division the previous year. Now, of course, that would require to lose. But the Bears and Patriots, they can join the 2017 Eagles, 2009 Saints, 99 Rams, 88 Bengals, 81 Bengals, 79 Bucks. Gosh, remember that game against the Rams, 9-0. And the 1970 San Francisco 49ers, the only NFL teams in history to host a conference championship game after finishing last or tied in their division. All right, let's go back to the lines. Papa T is up next. Papa T, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing good, buddy. And you?
I am fantastic. You're a fisherman, aren't you? Hey, you've talked about the outdoors before, haven't you?
No, sir. I'm a ball player.
Oh, okay.
You know Craig Kimbrell, don't you?
I absolutely know Craig Kimbrell. We gave him the Rocket City Award a couple of years ago. Craig Kimbrell was the recipient of our Rocket City Award for the best professional athlete from the Tennessee Valley.
Yep. My kid growed up with him. I coached him, man, Bean. You know Bean?
No.
Yeah, that's his dad. You don't know Bean?
I don't know his dad. I don't know his dad.
That's an interesting fellow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, Craig's a good kid.
Yeah, he is. All right, you want to jump on board with this deal?
Yes, sir.
All right, the Bills are a pick-em at the Broncos.
Let's go with the Bills.
Got them. 49ers get 7.5 at the Seahawks.
I got to take him 7.5 and the 49ers.
The Texans get 2.5 at the Patriots.
I like the Texans.
Really? Okay. By the way, that one's going to be weather is going to be more in play there than anywhere else. I mean, in the Rams-Bears game, it's going to be like 5 degrees, so it's going to be bitter cold, maybe some flurries flying around. In the Texans-Patriots game, it's going to be in the low to mid-30s, but it's going to be sloppy. It'll be sleet, snow, rain, all kinds of stuff in that one. So that one's going to be a little bit more affected by weather. Rams are minus 3.5 at the Bears.
I'm going to go with the Rams. I think the Bears are going to end up. I think they're going to be done. So I'm going to go with the Rams.
All right, give me the score Monday night.
31-27, Miami.
All right, I was just going to say, I wonder if anybody's going to jump on the Canes. I am on the Canes too, by the way. I'm just going to tell you guys, the 8.5 is nice. I like the Canes plus 8.5. I'm not ready to go out right on a limb and say the Canes are going to win the game, but I won't be stunned if the Canes win the game. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, I won't say too much, but I money lined them earlier for a $1 bill in that. It looks nice.
Yeah, I'm on the money line side of it on the prediction deal. I'm on the Canes. I thought it was a good value.
Yep.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
Thank y'all.
All right. It's a good job by you. Speaking of the 49ers, Brock Purdy. Of course, he was the 7th rounder. He was the last guy drafted in the 2022 draft. He could become the 6th starting quarterback drafted in the 7th round or later, or undrafted, with at least 6 postseason wins in NFL history. The others, Roger Staubach. There's a theme here, by the way. Roger Staubach was a 10th round pick, and he won 11 games with Dallas. Now, the reason Roger Staubach was a 10th round pick is he was coming out of Navy, and they have to do that 5-year hitch when they come out of a service academy. So if you drafted Roger Staubach, you knew you weren't going to have him for 5 years. So when he came in, he was like a 29-year-old rookie, 28-year-old rookie, and had already served his country. But Staubach was a 10th rounder. Bart Starr out of Alabama was a 17th round pick. Yeah, that's right. They used to have 17 rounds. He won 9 playoff games with the Green Bay Packers, but he was a 17th round pick. Kurt Warner was undrafted. He won 9 games between the Rams and the Cardinals. He was totally undrafted. Steve Young. Now, this is a little bit weird. It says Steve Young is undrafted, but if I think, and John, you need to check this. I think Steve Young was the number 1 overall draft pick of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's listed as undrafted because he didn't go right away. And he stayed out of the NFL, and then the 49ers ended up with him. What he did was he went to the USFL and played for the LA Express, and then he came to the 49ers when the UFL collapsed in '84. I think putting Steve Young on this list is disingenuous because I think Steve Young was actually the number 1 overall pick in the NFL coming out of college.
You are right. He was.
Okay.
In
He was, wasn't
1984, the NFL supplemental draft.
Yeah, and he went to the he ended up going to the LA Express, and then he ended up with the with San Francisco. And then the other is Johnny Unitas. Johnny Unitas was a ninth rounder, and he won 6 games with 6 playoff games with Baltimore. They didn't have all the playoff rounds that they have now. Back in the day, you went right to a conference championship game, and then you went right to the championship game. So they didn't have the level of playoffs that we have now. All right, we get a break in here. We'll come back. We are in Cullman, Alabama, at the Omniplex in Cullman. It's the calm before the storm. This is the Ultimate Fishing Expo, and this will get going here at noon today, so right when the show ends. So you got to come on out here. Grumpy, I know you're coming here. But anybody that's got any kind of love for the outdoors, not just the fishing, just the outdoors, you're going to want to come here. And I'll tell you what's great is that the playoff games in the NFL, they don't start till late, 3:30. They don't start till late in the day. So come on out. If you can't come out this afternoon, come on out tomorrow morning. The doors will open at 9 tomorrow morning. Come on out and check it out then as well. These Jig Shack hand-painted lures are incredible. I don't know how this guy does this. I don't know how many baits does he paint. How long does it take to paint? I might have to ask him. How long does it take to paint one glide bait? I mean, it's incredible. And then I told him, I said, "My gosh, you're an artist." He said, "No, I'm not an artist." I'm like, "Oh no, you're." I'm gonna bring a couple over and put on camera. John, am I frozen or am I good?
Froze.
How long have I been froze? Why don't you tell me when I'm froze?
I sent you a text.
Oh, is that what that was? Okay, I didn't see that. You got to whisper it in my ear. I'm not going to see those. All right, we'll get a break. We'll get unfroze, and I got to show you some of these things. I'm telling you, the guy's an artist. All right, we'll be back with more right after this on the Thom Abraham Show.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
Bettors backing Indiana in the national title game on Monday night at Hard Rock Stadium. The Hoosiers laying 8.5, 47.5 the total. Indiana getting 86% of the cash at DraftKings, 97% of the money on the Hoosiers at Circus Sports in Las Vegas. NHL tonight, Nashville Predators a $2.50 underdog at the Colorado Avalanche. The Avs a $3.10 favorite at Ball Arena, 6.5 flat the total. Nick Taylor, Kevin Roy, the first-round leaders of the Sony Open in Honolulu. They're at 8 under par. Taylor plus 650 to win it. Roy 20-1. For more, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The state's largest orthopedic group is growing to meet the needs of the patients in our community. The Orthopedic Center has long been the most trusted name in orthopedics in North Alabama. So as our area continues on the fast track, so does the need for premier orthopedic care anywhere and anytime you need it. TOC is proud to announce the opening of our new locations in Albertville and Hampton Cove, along with the grand opening of our newest office in Decatur. These clinics will offer the same high-quality orthopedic care you have come to associate with TOC, with the convenience of being closer to home. As a patient, your time is your most precious asset, and we recognize that at TOC. That's why we are also proud to announce the opening of our urgent ortho clinics to handle those bumps and bruises that need prompt attention. These clinics are available to care for acute orthopedic injuries with no appointment necessary. With 38 physicians, 20 centers of excellence, and now more than a dozen locations to serve you, TOC will continue to be the name you turn to for the best orthopedic care at the right time. Visit our website at visittoc.com for more information. TOC, helping you live a better life.
Need tough equipment you can count on? Christopher Equipment has you covered. Whether it's air compressors, trenchers, bucket lifts, concrete tools, generators, skid steers, and more. Serving you with locations in Tullahoma, Shelbyville, Manchester, Fayetteville, and Hazel Green. Christopher Equipment. From job site to backyard, rent or buy, Christopher Equipment delivers the tools you need when you need them. Call 931-455-3900 or visit Christopher.equipment today. Christopher Equipment, powering your project.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
There's power in caring when it is put into action. Each year, our bankers serve on nonprofit boards, support our local educators, and volunteer with our hometown food bank. I'm Bobby Humphrey, Vice President of Business Development for Bryan Bank, and community service is just not a line item in our mission statement. It's who we are. Because after all, Alabama is our home too. That kind of commitment to community might not be what you would expect from a bank, but it's exactly what you can expect from us. Give us a call or stop by one of our 2 offices in the Huntsville area and experience unbeatable service and legendary results.
Bryan Bank Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 2428943, member FDIC.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly sunny sky this afternoon, but it is going to be cold. Temperatures only climbing into the mid-30s, but with a wind chill, it's going to feel like it's in the mid-20s. We drop into the lower 20s for an air temperature as we head into the overnight early Friday morning. A mostly to partly sunny sky Friday afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the lower 50s. Small chance of rain Friday evening.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The segment of the Thom Abraham Show is brought to you by the Orthopedic Center, longtime friends of the show. To be honest with you, it's been about 20 years that we have been hooked up with TOC, and they just do such a great job. They service the Huntsville Havoc, Alabama A&M, most of the high schools in the region. They got 13 locations all throughout the Tennessee Valley. So if you have an orthopedic problem, if you're considering professional care, really, TOC, it's the only logical choice. You need to contact TOC. Make your appointment. When you need them, they're there. Always in the Tennessee Valley, TOC. Now, welcome back. Thom Abraham Show on location. The Cumberland Omniplex will take you up till noon. Then they'll open the doors here. All right, so I told you I wanted to show you some of the paint jobs on these custom painted lures from the Jig Shack. Those of you that know fishing, you'll appreciate this whether you know fishing or not. But this is a Rapala DT6, and I'm going to be brutally honest with you. Rapala and Crush City and 13 Fishing are all the same people. They're my biggest sponsor on Bassmaster Radio, okay? And so they're my biggest fishing sponsor. But this is I don't know if guys you can see it. This is a DT6 custom painted. Can you see that, John? Good?
Yeah, it looks really good.
All right, isn't that beautiful? I don't know if I got to put my hand in front of it at all. That is a DT6 in a custom paint job. I got to ask this dude if he's got any of these because nobody else on my lake will have this. So I need to do some of that.
So what are you fishing with that though? Like, what are you fishing for? Is that bass?
That's bass, yeah. That's a great, along riprap. This time of year, the DT6 is really good, especially in any kind of red hues, orange and red type hues and so on. But I'll throw that around the bridge, around the riprap, around the bridges at Gunnersville or at Tim's Ford Lake. And then check this out. Look at that baby.
Whoa, that's a
look
whole
size
fish.
Of that thing. Yeah, look at the size of that. That's a glide bait, hand painted by this dude at the Jig Shack. That's a hand painted glide bait. How beautiful that is.
You're catching like river monsters with that thing.
Well, they throw these a lot at Gunnersville for 6, 7, 8 pounders on these glide
like
baits.
You could probably catch 2 fish with that one at the same time.
You probably could. All right, coming up next, Damon Amendolara will join us from Mad Dog Radio on Sirius XM Radio. We'll talk some NFL football with him next, right here on the Thom Abraham Show.
The College Football Playoff National Championship. Let's go! The magical run by the 10th-ranked Miami Hurricanes continues.
There's no bad play, no bad call, no injury that we can't overcome.
When they faced a top-ranked and undefeated Indiana Hoosiers.
All I can say is go on you and Hoosiers!
Number 10 Miami versus number 1 Indiana. Coverage begins Monday at 6:30 Eastern with kickoff at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
Eagle Masonry and Installation. It's right there in the name. Eagle is your one-stop shop for block, stone, or brickwork, monument signs, and outdoor kitchens and fireplaces. Eagle also offers the finest craftsmanship and insulation, including fiberglass or spray foam insulation, and of course, insulation removal. Philip Love and his team have years of experience, bringing the region the best in masonry and insulation services. For more information and a quote, visit insulatewitheagle.com or call 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money. Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com. From heirloom diamonds to contemporary jewels, Loring & Company is the place to find something truly special. Whether shopping for a diamond ring for that once-in-a-lifetime occasion or marking a milestone birthday or personal achievement with a Rolex watch, you'll find just the thing in our edit of the world's most sought-after brands, including David Yurman, Roberto Coin, Marco Bicego, and Fopay. Expect a treasure trove of the world's most unique, even breathtaking earrings, rings, necklaces, and bracelets, making choosing just one piece a challenge in itself. Loring & Company Jewelers on Airport Road.
If hunting and outdoor recreation are your passions, it all starts with the right property. That's where I come in. I am Bo Butler with Southland Realty and Auction, a hunting and recreational land specialist and a Jackson County native who sees land through a hunter's eyes. Just as you trust your guide on a big game hunt, you can trust me to find the perfect property for you. Thinking of selling? Let me help you make your land attract buyers. Remember, Bo knows land. Call me at 256-609-0512.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Scott Tyson here with the 97.7 ESPN The Zone Sports Minute. Thursday night SEC women's basketball. Auburn would get 16 points and 9 rebounds from Hadi Lay as they hold on to knock off 21st-ranked Alabama 58-54. Jessica Timmons would lead Alabama with 16 points. ASUN basketball, UNA would have one of the best offensive nights of the season but would come up short at home against North Florida. Lions fall 105-91. Cornelius Williams would lead UNA with 28 points, 14 rebounds. Plenty of college basketball tomorrow on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. 18th-ranked Alabama travels to take on Oklahoma. Tip-off set for noon. Then UAH hits the road to take on West Alabama. Tip-off set for 4 on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. College football news. Former Alabama running back Mark Ingram selected to the College Football Hall of Fame. Ingram becomes the 23rd former Crimson Tide player to be inducted into the Hall. Make sure and download the 97.7 ESPN The Zone app today.
You need to be more like a dog.
Like what you guys are doing. You've got your fingertip on the pulse of your listeners. You guys know what they're talking about.
Be a dog.
God bless the show. You are the Messiah.
We need more dogs.
This is the best show on radio.
The Big Dog, Thom Abraham, is here with you.
Hey, I see you. Hey, I see you, dog.
So settle in and get your bark on.
Now live, here he is, the big dog, Thom Abraham.
How you doing? 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 Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like Dale McPherson farting into Miles Davis' trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond? Get off my lawn.
I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here.
And welcome in on a Football Friday in the Doghouse. This one kind of feels like a Fishing Friday as well. We're coming to you live from the floor of the Ultimate Fishing Expo at the Coleman Omniplex in Coleman, Alabama. Doors will open up at noon here, so this is like the calm before the storm. And this deal runs all weekend long, tonight till 7, tomorrow till 9. And it opens at 9 in the morning tomorrow, and they go till 7, and then Sunday from 10 to 5 as well. There are tons of exhibitors here, and I'm a kid in a candy shop right now. I'm just totally honest with you. When this show ends, I am a kid in the candy shop, and I did give the Jig Shack back his swim bait or his glide bait and that DT10 that I was looking at, or DT6 that I was looking at earlier that I showed you guys on camera. Those of you that are taking the show in on WZZN TV, on the YouTube and the Facebook and the X. We also welcome in a new audience today, Nashville Sports Radio in Nashville and in Murfreesboro, to go along with our friends at 97.7 ESPN in Huntsville and WCDT ESPN in Winchester as well. So welcome one, welcome all. We do have a Friday trifecta for you here, and we have a little bit of a kicker with this one. This is good now. I've got 5 games. You have got to hit 3 out of the 5 games to score any points. I'll give you 5 points if you get 3 out of the 5 right. If you get 4 right, you get 10 points. If you get them all right, you get 15 points. And here's the kicker. We got a 15-point kicker for nailing the score of Monday night's Natty. So all you got to do for Monday night is you get a total of 30 points here. So you give me the games, I will give you the picks, you give me your selections. Damon Amendola is going to help you out with that here in a moment. And then you will just simply give me the score of Monday night's game. And you can get those 15 points whether you miss all 4 NFL games or not. If you get the score right, you would get the points for the national championship game as usual. And of course, it is the Owen Home Appliance Friday trifecta. You are playing for the new range hood, fridge, and dishwasher, the complete Gordon Ramsay set of kitchen appliances from Owen Home Appliance, $10,400 value for the 25th anniversary of the Friday trifecta. Joining us now on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, a guy that knows something about a Friday trifecta or two back in the day when he was mixing the show for me. We used to do the Friday trifecta all the way back then. He now is the morning show guy on Mad Dog Radio on Sirius XM. Also does some NFL radio there on Sirius XM as well. He is Damon Amendola. DA, welcome in. How are you?
I'm good, big dog. Yeah, this brings back good memories. How you doing?
I'm fantastic. This is the 25th anniversary of the Friday trifecta, and we wanted to do a little something special, and one of our great sponsors stepped up. And how about that for a prize? A $10,400 complete Gordon Ramsay kitchen for our best handicapper of the season, which will wrap up after the Super Bowl. That's a nice little prize, for my little regional show.
I'd say so. That's a great prize. I love it. Now, you don't have a small show. You've been doing this for long enough that you have big guests and big sponsors, but that's still amazing.
Yeah, no, it is. It's fantastic, and those are kind words that you say. And now, I remember back when you were living in Florida and we were working together. You were into fishing. I mean, you loved fishing. You would go and fish in the river and do all of that kind of stuff. I don't know now that you've been back in New York City for all these years. I know you live out on a little farm outside of New York City, but do you ever fish anymore? Are you into this at all? When I was living in the city, I would come up and see my folks and my brother and whatnot. And my brother's a huge, huge fisherman. My dad, he taught us. And so we would go out in a little boat on a little lake, and whenever I come upstate, But when I moved back to the Hudson Valley in 2020, especially COVID year, I had nothing going on and no kids at that point in time. So I fished, multiple times a week. I was all over the place.
Then the little guy came along. AJ came along a little over 2.5 years ago, and my fishing took a hit. But I still go out a couple times a year. But man, I was in the groove. But yeah, man, I absolutely love it. Fishing is the thing to me. Besides like sports that I could just do and veg out and go zen and just love every minute of it.
The another 2.5 years, you'll be wanting to take AJ out. You'll be wanting to get
I
a little John
know. I'm in
boat,
that
and you and
window where I
AJ, you're
can't
gonna have a
take
little
him out
fishing.
yet.
Yeah,
I
you'll be
know,
fishing.
yeah.
There's nothing like when your little guy catches his first fish, and I still have the picture of my oldest son Joe when he caught his first fish, and I still have that up in my studio with my first son
That's
catching his
awesome.
first fish.
Yeah,
Now, he's only caught
that's
3
cool.
since then, but that's no. I say that he fishes a lot. He's a really really good bass fisherman as well. And my little weekend gig, my Bassmaster radio show, now over 200 affiliates across the country, 325,000 listeners a week to a guy talking about fishing. I mean, how about that?
Love it.
I mean,
Love
isn't that
it.
something? Yeah.
That is
It's,
so cool. Yeah, and you've always been passionate about it, so it's really cool. It's no wonder that the audience is there for it.
Yeah, no, there is an audience for it. And of course, our work that we do with FS1 and Fox with the Bassmaster Live, and I'm a part of that crew as well. And so it's been a blessing for sure to be able to do this stuff. All right, let's start on coaches before we get into your thoughts on the games. As of airtime for me, John Harbaugh hasn't actually signed anything yet, right? I mean, what is the delay as far as you know here with John Harbaugh actually signing to become the head football coach of the New York Football Giants?
Only question I might have is perhaps the language in the power structure, considering Joe Shane is there as the GM, and I think Harbaugh wants a lot of control and final say and what have you. So I would imagine that could be a little sticky, but all reports are he's the next head coach of the Giants. So if they don't land this fish, to pardon a phrase, then it would be a massive calamity and embarrassment. So I would imagine this is just about language of the contract and details, but this is a massive, massive win for the Giants. And I said this yesterday on my radio show, and I did a video about it on my YouTube channel. This is their biggest win since Super Bowl 46. They have not had a more significant moment than hiring John Harbaugh. They have been through 4 pretty terrible coaches. They have lacked an authority inside that office. They have had, people look at the tradition of the New York Giants and assume it's a great job. They have had a lot of family members in significant positions, and kind of this the cronyism that sometimes rots away organizations has happened to the Giants. And I think they've held on to people they like too long and elevated others that maybe they were familiar with and friendly. They needed somebody with big credibility to come in and say, this needs to change. And Harbaugh brings that.
Well, and for anybody who says, well, it's useless if he's not bringing Lamar Jackson with him, John Harbaugh didn't win Super Bowls with Lamar Jackson. He won Super Bowls, with Joe Flacco. You know what I mean? Yep. And not any disrespect to Joe Flacco, but this guy has shown the ability to get it done for sure. And we'll find out whether or not Jackson Dart is all of that, and if he can kind of corral him a little bit so that the kid would play more than 12 games a year, maybe. But could this be, just to look at a comp, could this be an Andy Reid type scenario? I mean, he's a little older than Andy Reid was when Andy Reid went to Kansas City, but could this be what they're trying to get there? Andy was he was a guy that hadn't won a Super Bowl yet. Harbaugh has won one, but he was a guy that was a little stale in Philadelphia, and then he went and he won with Alex Smith, and then he won big, obviously with Patrick Mahomes. Is that what they're trying to recreate, that kind of scenario?
I think in no uncertain terms, they would love to have an Andy Reid scenario. Forget the Super Bowls. Just remember that the Chiefs had been through some really ugly years. That was the Jovan Belcher tragedy at the facility. That was hoping Matt Castle was a success. That was a lot of reaching in a football mad town that was frustrated that the football team couldn't be better. And Andy Reid stepped in and, exactly as you said, a perfect comp, created credibility. This is how winning looks. This is what must be done. And they were okay with Alex Smith. And I think that's the right comp, that he walked in and they went to the playoffs. He walked in and they were a competitive team of the AFC. He walked in and they competed for 2 and 3 seeds in the AFC. It wasn't until Mahomes got there that they became Super Bowl caliber and dynasty caliber, but that's not what you're talking about with John Harbaugh right now. You need the first step of that. So yes, I think that first iteration of Andy Reid in Kansas City is a really important one. And I might also add, while I think Andy Reid's a phenomenal head coach, the final season in Philadelphia, he was 4-12. The final season for John Harbaugh, he missed the playoffs in the final kick of the regular season. So it hadn't nearly bottomed out the same way that it did for Andy in Philly.
Yeah, that's a great point. Damon Amendolara with us here. We're talking some NFL with him. And ironically, a team that couldn't have worse fortunes is the ones that also share that same building across the way, the New York Jets. And, not only do they suffer through this unbelievably miserable season, in which somehow Aaron Glenn survives. So Jet fan has got to have zero hope for the future that, wow. And not only that, Dante Moore says, you know what, I'll just stay over here. I'll just stay over here and play at Oregon. I like this shade of green better than that shade of green. He didn't come right out and say that. And the problem now becomes QB2 is Ty Simpson. We love us some Ty Simpson. And Ty Simpson looks like an NFL quarterback, but he does not look like the number 2 quarterback draft, or doesn't look like the number 2 overall pick in the NFL. And I don't know if the Jets will try and get cute and get him at the 16 or something like that. There is not a higher character guy than Ty Simpson, and I think he will do really well in a system in the NFL. But Jet fan, including that dude that you work with, Mike Babchak, they've got to be beside themselves. Not only are they miserable, they can't even get a good QB2 in the draft when they're drafting the 2-hole.
And timing is everything in life. And when we talk about Andy Reid and the Chiefs, they needed a head coach when Andy Reid became available. And the Giants needed a head coach when John Harbaugh came available. And the Jets missed this cycle with John Harbaugh. Now, I don't know if Harbaugh would have chosen the Jets over somebody else, but the fact is they went into the pool last year and got a former Jet legend. And it was supposed to be that he was going to instill all of this aggressiveness and Jets toughness and all the stuff that he learned under Bill Parcells. And it was none of that. It was none of that. And they have to have a quarterback. And clearly their quarterback play was pathetic this year. But I don't even know if Dante Moore was the right guy. So they might have sidestepped a landmine there at number 2, but they can't take Ty Simpson at number 2. That's far too high. So they are left in no man's land. And the quarterback thing for the Jets has been a bugaboo forever. And it'll continue to be so, because what are their options this offseason? It's like run it back with another journeyman quarterback and wait until next year to maybe draft your guy, which is just, again, that carousel that is terrible. You just can never get off the carousel if you don't have a quarterback.
No doubt about it. Next year's draft class should be loaded, which is why it was very smart for Ty Simpson to go ahead and come out. No matter how much money he was being offered by any other college to transfer, he did the right thing for sure in coming out. Tied to the hip almost with John Harbaugh is Mike Tomlin. Chuck Noll retired. He was 59 years old when never coached again. When Bill Cowher retired, he was 49 years old. Thought he would coach again, ended up never coaching again. Tomlin's 53 years old. Does he ever coach again? Or does he continue this deal where these Steeler assistant coaches over the last now almost 60 years, get hired, coach the Steelers for 15 to 20 years, and then retire?
So this is just me from 30,000 feet. I think Mike Tomlin felt underappreciated for his years of service in Pittsburgh. I know people in Pittsburgh that do sports radio. I've got some family in Western PA in the Key Sport. I know there's been a bubbling frustration with Mike for a while now, because when he first came in, they went to Super Bowls, and in the last decade, they go to the wild card round. And that is unacceptable in Pittsburgh, and maybe they were spoiled early. And I think the last couple of years, especially getting booed at home, considering how tight he is with the players and how much the organization loved him and respected him, the fact that the widespread fan base may not have, I think bothered him. And so that would lead me to believe that there's a part of him that wants to show that he's the goods and he can go elsewhere and win. But you bring up both Noll and and Cowher, and specifically Cowher. I mean, Cowher left at 49 and had overtures almost every year and just kept saying no because the TV job was good. He had his ring. He had his success. It was enough for him. And the TV job is amazing. You work one day a week. You get to talk about football, and you never have the pressure or the scrutiny or the booing that comes along with having a 10-7 year but not winning a playoff game. And I think there's a real possibility Tomlin never goes back. And there's a real possibility Tomlin never goes back on that sideline because of maybe him going, this is a good place to walk away. Never had a losing season. One place your entire career, have a Super Bowl, the respect of legends of a legendary franchise. It's going to be hard to top that. It's going to be hard to replicate anything close to that. So I wouldn't be shocked if that was it for Mike.
A lot of people talk about how they think he would have great success in studio, and there is an opening on that CBS with Matt Ryan leaving. A lot of a chair. I get all of that. I think he would have been booed. Good coach, insight guy. Stop with the quarterbacks. I get it. Tom Brady, I'll say Brady did get a lot better. I mean, he has improved a lot from where he was when he started. Romo is mailing it in. We need a good coach in a booth, and I think he could be potentially a star out on game coverage. What's your thought about game coverage versus studio work for Mike Tomlin if it comes to that?
Yeah, I could see the same thing. It's just you're getting much more out of an analyst when he's at a game site talking about plays and talking about games that are unfolding and observations versus these little snippets in studio, which are usually pretty bland and usually relatively uninsightful. I think it depends on where your juice comes from. I mean, some of these guys, they don't want to travel. I think Bill Cowher probably liked just going to New York and not having to dot the map for games. It's probably a little bit more intense traveling, but yes, I just think you get so much more out of an analyst when he's actually calling a game. And Tom will be really good there. He's just naturally commanding as a presence. He's naturally interesting. He has a really good way with words. He's engaging. So yeah, I think he could be great there. And I'm with you. We just have so few really good color analysts in the NFL.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Damon Amendolara with us here. He does a job with Sirius XM Radio and a Mad Dog station and the morning show host there. All right, to the games. Let's start in Denver. We're calling it a pick'em. All right, because it flip-flop back and forth between 1.5 for Denver and then 1.5 for Buffalo. Either way, we'll just call it a pick'em. I'm with the Mafia here. I got to be honest with you. I'm from Western New York. I'd like to see the Bills do something here. Having said that, I think Bo Nix is great as well. He is from our listening area in Scottsboro, Alabama, and is from a football family, an Auburn football family. Although he blossomed at Oregon, but I'm on the Bills. Where are you at on that one?
I think the Bills passed a huge test last week in winning on the road. And they had not done that in the Josh Allen era. That's a really good Jaguars team. Excellent defense. And I think that really helped the Bills kind of check off one box. And the Broncos have been phenomenal at home, and they've got a really good defense. But I'm going to ride with Josh Allen one more week, and maybe 2 more weeks. We'll see how he looks in this one. The injury status would worry me a little bit. The foot, he was banged around quite a bit last week. The hand, the everything seems to hurt on him. But this year has been one of when in doubt, figure it out. And the Bills have done that time and time again because Josh has been phenomenal in the fourth quarter. They made these great second half adjustments. So I like the Bills tomorrow afternoon.
49ers get this team to this point. They head off to Seattle. Now we're hearing that Sam Darnold might be banged up a little bit here. I was actually listening to you guys this morning on my way to Cullman, Alabama, where I'm at the Ultimate Fishing Expo. And, I heard Babchak talking about the fact that maybe this injury is just cover for the potential of another Sam Darnold dud in the playoffs. I don't know about that. that's a tough place to win. I like the 9.5 or the 7.5 points for the Niners. I'd like to see them win the game, to be totally honest with you. I don't know if they could do that. That's a lot of points. Where are you at on that one?
Yeah, I think the Seahawks win, but I think that number's too big. The 49ers are impeccably coached. Look what they did last week. They coached circles around the Eagles. I think that Seahawks team is so incredibly balanced, so good at home that they should win, but I don't think it's going to be by more than a touchdown. I think this is a 3 or 4 point game, but I do think the Seahawks find a way to win.
In New England, the Texans go in there, and recency bias says that everybody loves the Texans on this one here. I am on the other side of it, man. I think Mike Vrabel's got a little something going on. I'm going to take the New England Patriots myself, and I think they covered the 2.5. C.J. Stroud, he did everything in his power to try and aid the Steelers in that one last week and was unable to do that. I like the Pats. Where are you at on that one?
That's the problem here. I really want to see the Texans win. I love this defense. I love how ferocious they are. I love the fact that they feel old school, like an old 80s and 90s defense, rush the passer, create havoc. But C.J. Stroud got away with a terrible play last week because the Steelers just simply can't move the football, and Drake May can. And I love the Texans defense. But even if Drake May puts up 17 points, I think that's enough to beat C.J. Stroud on the road in the cold at night in Foxborough. So I think this could be really low scoring. I think the Texans defense could do really well. And I still think it's the Texans could lose 17-13, 20-17. So I don't love the number there. That 3.5 worries me. But in just terms of outright winner, I do think the Patriots win.
And that's the one where, well, both of these Sunday games is weather could become a factor for different reasons. That one, the weather could be sloppy. It's going to be cold as cold can be in Chicago as the Los Angeles Rams and Matthew Stafford head in there. I'm still, man, this one feels like a moto to me. I mean, this feels master of the obvious. I don't understand how the Rams are 3.5 point favorite. I really don't. This Chicago Bear team has some kind of a mojo going on. I don't think that they're going to fall behind by 18 and then come back to win. I think they hang in there all the way and win this game late outright. I think the wrong team is favored. And the weather is a thing. I mean, that kind of weather, bone-jarring cold is a thing. You know, the other thing that is the thing, DA, is surface. And they played on that synthetic surface at Carolina last week. Now they're on grass, and it's not great grass. Surface means something. That's not only a dome team, but that's a synthetic turf team. And I think they're going to struggle at Chicago. Maybe I'm wrong.
You and I are 4 for 4. I agree on this weather conditions thing. I mean, the Rams are really good, but the Rams also couldn't put away the Panthers last week on the road. I think that even if they jump out to a 14-point lead, considering they had a hard time holding on to it last week, considering they're playing a Caleb Williams coached offense or quarterbacked offense that's much more explosive than Carolina's, considering they're playing on the road in Soldier Field where the conditions are going to be brutal, I do like the Bears to make this a game and probably win it. I do think Chicago can win this football game. And I'm also, I think a bit of the line is based on how much people heard all year that the Rams were Super Bowl contenders and the best team. I don't love the way the Rams ended the season. I don't love the way the Rams played last week.
No.
They're getting the benefit of the doubt. And I know the Bears didn't play great at the end of the year either, but I'm going to take my chances in that weather, in that stadium, and that mojo, as you said. So I like the Bears.
See, I'm just begging for old school championship weekend next weekend. I want to see the Niners at the Bears and the Bills at the Patriots. I mean, that's nirvana for me.
Oh, that would be incredible.
If my team's not there, if my team's not there, that's what I want to see. I want to kick back and watch those two matchups, which would be a tremendous thing. Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
All right, DA, before I let you go, for our friends here in Nashville, give us a little bit of a thought there as far as that head coaching situation, because, look, it's not a great ownership group. There is a young quarterback that the book is definitely out on in Cam Ward. However, you're going into a state-of-the-art, one of the most beautiful stadiums in the NFL. not next season, but the following season. And it's Nashville, which is a wonderful, wonderful place to live for sure. Kevin Stefanski, we're going to say Tomlin's not going to coach. You look at some of the other guys that are out there. Mike McCarthy's getting an interview. What's your take on who makes sense for the Titans?
I like Stefanski. I think he kind of got a raw deal in Cleveland. I know it looked ugly this year, but it's hard to win playoff games in Cleveland, and he won one against the hated Steelers and went to 2 postseasons. So I like Stefanski. If he would go there, I think it's a good fit with a young quarterback. I think you might have some other options. I don't know how desirable that job is for all the reasons that you mentioned, namely the ownership. But I think Stefanski is a really nice hire. I also think Robert Saleh is a good hire this time, this cycle. That defense is great in San Francisco. He's done it with backup players. I don't think the problems of the Jets were Robert Saleh involved all the time. I think most of them were Jets-related Jets problems. So I think either one of those guys is a very good hire this cycle.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I agree with Dan Orlovsky that Kevin Stefanski goes to Atlanta, and if they figure out a way to keep Kirk Cousins around there, I think he goes to Atlanta, wins 10 or 11 games, and wins that division going away. I think that, to me, Stefanski would go there and be a playoff team next year immediately. I don't know if that's the case. That's not the case in Nashville.
Yeah, no, I could see it. I could see that fit, definitely.
Yeah. Damon Amendola has been our guest. You can catch him on Sirius Satellite Radio every morning, 6 to 9 Central Time. DA, I appreciate you so much. Enjoy this great weekend. The cherry on the playoff weekend, of course, national championship on Monday night. To me, I wish it was tonight. I don't understand why it's Monday night anymore. I wish it was tonight, and then people could sleep in tomorrow. They could have parties tonight and everything else. I don't get it, why we have to stretch the college season out. But if you want to tell me, is Indiana blowing Miami out, or is Miami going to hang, go ahead and let us know that.
That's a double-digit win by Indiana. Nobody stop at Indiana. That's a sledgehammer right now. Miami ain't gonna scare them. They do everything right. I like Indiana by 2 touchdowns.
All right, so we're 4 of 5 then. No, we just went 4 of 5 because I'm on.
Okay.
I like the points with Miami, but we'll have to see how that all works out. All right, man. I appreciate you, and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
You too, buddy. Thanks, Dawg.
There you go, Damon Amendola. Solid pretty near half hour with Damon Amendola. All right, we got to get a break in. We'll come back, continue to take your picks in this Friday trifecta. We are in Coleman at the Ultimate Fishing Expo here, a half hour before the doors open and half hour before I go spend more money than I should. And we'll do it all right here on the Thom Abraham Show.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
Bettors backing Indiana in the national title game on Monday night at Hard Rock Stadium. The Hoosiers laying 8.5, 47.5 the total. Indiana getting 86% of the cash at DraftKings, 97% of the money on the Hoosiers at Circus Sports in Las Vegas. NHL tonight, Nashville Predators a $2.50 underdog at the Colorado Avalanche. The Avs a $3.10 favorite at Ball Arena, 6.5 flat the total. Nick Taylor, Kevin Roy, the first-round leaders of the Sony Open in Honolulu. They're at 8 under par. Taylor plus 650 to win it. Roy 20-1. For more, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The crimson and white jerseys.
Front court to the rack and the plunge.
The sound of a buzzer beater.
Got it to go as the buzzer sounds.
The Roll Tide chant from the crowd. It can only be Alabama basketball. Join the Alabama Crimson Tide right here on your home for Alabama basketball.
Listen to Alabama basketball all season long on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
If hunting and outdoor recreation are your passions, it all starts with the right property. That's where I come in. I am Bo Butler with Southland Realty and Auction. a hunting and recreational land specialist, and a Jackson County native who sees land through a hunter's eyes. Just as you trust your guide on a big game hunt, you can trust me to find the perfect property for you. Thinking of selling? Let me help you make your land attract buyers. Remember, Bo knows land. Call me at 256-609-0512.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
Need tough equipment you can count on? Christopher Equipment has you covered. Whether it's air compressors, trenchers, bucket lifts, concrete tools, generators, skid steers, and more. Serving you with locations in Tullahoma, Shelbyville, Manchester, Fayetteville, and Hazel Green. Christopher Equipment. From job site to backyard, rent or buy, Christopher Equipment delivers the tools you need when you need them. Call 931-455-3900 or visit Christopher.equipment today. Christopher Equipment, powering your project.
AL cert number 21014.
As we flip the calendar to 2026, the holiday season may have left you a little short in the bank account, but Talon Heating and Air will not leave you out in the cold.
That's right. We're still offering free second opinions and service calls with repairs. In addition to that, we're offering up to $1,600 in TVA rebates.
Very easy to do. If you need that $1,600 rebate, all you got to do is
give us a call at 256-503-4490.
Talon Heating and Air. They're live, they're local, and you can find them online at
TalentHVAC.com.
Who doesn't need to save
$1,600?
Very easy to do. Again, Talent Heating and Air, the number and the web.
That's 256-503-4490 or TalentHVAC.com.
It's Talent Heating and Air. They're live, they're local. Give them a call today.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly sunny sky this afternoon, but it is going to be cold. Temperatures only climbing into the mid-30s, but with a wind chill, it's going to feel like it's in the mid-20s. We drop into the lower 20s for an air temperature as we head into the overnight early Friday morning. A mostly to partly sunny sky Friday afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the lower 50s. Small chance of rain Friday evening.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the Tom Abraham Show is brought to you by Ross Roberts and his team at Valley Equipment Rental, and they have a brand new product for you. If you happen to be standing on a concrete or tile floor, Valley Equipment has the exact machine for you. Now, whether it's new construction or daily work environments or an area that's been neglected for far too long, the Valley Equipment team of experienced professionals can help you get the right floor scrubber or sweeper for your needs. Call Valley Equipment and ask them for more details on how they can help you out today.
War Eagle.
And welcome back, Tom Abraham Show.
War Eagle.
On location on a football Friday that feels like a fishing Friday. Talking some fishing with the boys out here in Coleman at the Ultimate Fishing Expo. Doors opening here in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes or so. They'll get the doors open. And so it's kind of like the calm before the storm. We do have our Friday trifecta for you here today, and it's a big one, man. We got like 30 points in play here, potentially for you. You got to hit 3 out of the 5 games. All I'm asking you is to hit 3 out of the 5 games to get on the board. That would get you 5. If you hit 4 out of the 5 games, we're going to throw you an extra 5 points on top of that. And then if you get them all, you get 15 points. Those of you that are watching on WZZN TV are seeing the video right now of the floor. This was shot just about a half an hour about an hour ago as the exhibitors were getting things set up. And so you get a little bit of a feeling for what this facility is like. I'll tell you what, for volleyball tournaments, for basketball tournaments, for anything like that, this facility is got to be one of the best in the entire state of Alabama. I mean, this Omniplex here in Cullman, Alabama, centrally located like this, I could see them having some major, major tournaments over here. This is a beautiful, beautiful facility, but they've got it completely opened up. I don't know how many square feet this is. It's massive. And this is like a mini Bassmaster Classic Expo. That's what exactly what this is like. This is like one floor of the Bassmaster Classic and the Expo at the Classic. And John, I know you've been to those, so you kind of get an idea of what that is like. All right, phone lines are open, 256-5764-97.7. We're giving you Bills and Broncos as a pick'em. 49ers plus 7.5 at the Seahawks, Texans plus 2.5 at the Patriots, Rams minus 3.5 at the Bears, and give me your score in the national championship game between Indiana and Miami. Look, you still get the points if, you say the score is going to be 35-14 Indiana. All right? What you're telling me is Indiana's going to cover the 8.5. So if Indiana covers the 8.5, you still get your points. Now, if you nail the score, you get the 15 points. And I'm giving you that 15-point bonus. Even if you didn't get any other games right, you'll still get that 15-point bonus. All right? If you nail the score, just if you nail the score. All right, let's get to the lines. Kramer is up first. Kramer, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, Big Dog. Happy Friday. How's it going?
Oh, man, I'll tell you what. Doing a Football Friday show at this time of year when we're transitioning towards the end of the college and NFL season, I can't think of any place better to be than at a huge outdoor fishing expo. I mean, this is just fantastic. I'm like chomping at the bit. I never want the show to end. I always want today I want the show to end. I can't wait for the show to end today because there's a lot of cool things to do here.
Oh, I hear you. I'm kind of like opposite end of that spectrum, and work has been so busy for me the last few weeks that I have a release tonight. So I have to work late tonight and then tomorrow morning. But the ultimate payoff will be that Bills and Broncos game tomorrow afternoon. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm confident that my Bills are going to go in there and take care of business, but you never know. That's why they play the games, right? And the Broncos aren't no pushover, so it should be a good game.
No, I think it'll be a very good game. And Broncos have a great defense. The Bills do not have a great defense. Bills have a great quarterback. Not a lot of weapons there. We'd just like to see more, weapons there and what Josh Allen could do with that. But I think this is the game that puts them in the Super Bowl. That's what I believe. I honestly believe that. I think they win this one. This is the one that will put them in the Super Bowl because I think they win in Houston or in New England, which I think it will be in New England.
Yeah, and hopefully James Cook has a big game because they'll need a big game out of him to support Josh. They needed him against the Patriots earlier in the year, who have a good defense, and also the Texans, and they came up short against the Texans, and James Cook didn't have a huge game against the Texans. So they face some good defenses. Hopefully that prepares them for tomorrow. But I'm looking forward to the weekend. It's going to be a great weekend, and I'm thinking after your 6-0 week last week, with the trifecta picks, I may just have to ride your picks the rest of the way. At what did you say, 78% clip that you're picking? I'm able to win if I just ride your pick.
I'm 72-48, which is a 60% clip, but a 60% clip make you a lot of money. All right, 72-48 against the spread is significant, and so yes, I mean, of course, this will be the week people will jump on my back, and I'll go 0-6, but I don't think so. You want to make your picks here?
No, I'm gonna make them through the text window. You already know I'm gonna take the Bills, but also maybe I'll call and make them next week because people are gonna start picking the opposite of me if I can keep the lead. I control my own destiny here, but we'll see how it works out. So I appreciate you guys putting up the prize in the game. It's fun to listen to and fun to participate in. So thanks. Have a good one.
I appreciate you. You can't control your own destiny, John. Don't ever say that. Don't ever say a team controls their own destiny. Don't say that you control your own destiny. You know, John, why you can't control your own destiny?
No, I don't believe in destiny.
Well, because it's destiny. You can't control it. It wouldn't be destiny if you could control it. I mean, you know what I mean? You can control your own path. You know what I mean? Kramer controls his own path to winning this contest. He's the leader. All he's got to do is keep hitting picks right. All right, so he controls a path, but he doesn't control the destiny. The destiny is destiny. You can't control destiny.
It's where you end up at the end of it all.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, you don't know. How about these young quarterbacks Drake May and C.J. Stroud, all right, matching up in that game between Houston and New England. They're a combined 47 years, 248 days on Saturday. That's the fifth youngest combined age between any opposing starting quarterbacks in the postseason, John, since 1950. That goes back beyond the Big Dog era.
Wow.
We're talking about 75 years.
Yeah.
Since 1950, this is the fifth youngest combination. So the first thing that it makes me think is, I think that the combination in the control room for the Thom Abraham show is younger even than this combination. Because I think that you're, what are you, 25-ish?
It might equal out around the same. I'm 25. He's 19.
Is he 20?
He's 19.
Get out of here. He's not 19,
Dude,
is he?
The more
What's he doing working for us? He's 19 years old.
I mean, this is how it is. I mean, you see what NASCAR is doing? They're lowering the age to entry as well. And it's just because, well, mainly to get in more people. But, you know, a lot of people are concerned
They're going to have Kevin Harvick's kid running in NASCAR this year? I mean, is he going to be running like in the top circuit this year?
You can be, what is it, 17? Is it 17 now? They dropped the age to 17 because they want to get in the younger fan base. And I get it. People are going to be worried about, you know, if these guys are going to be all right driving against these very experienced racers. But at the same time, you know, we got quarterbacks in the NFL right now that are very young and they're succeeding. So, you know, who really knows what's going to happen?
Well, and then we got some in college that are very old, right? I mean, we got a 24-year-old Carson Beck, you know, as the quarterback in Miami, you know, in a national championship game against, you know what? Let's put the crack research team on this. So the youngest matchup ever in an NFL playoff game, the 1985 divisional round, okay? Dan Marino versus Bernie Kosar, the Miami Dolphins versus the Cleveland Browns. And they were a combined 46 years and 151 days old. Okay? Do a little math. How old is Carson Beck and Fernando Mendoza? I'm going to go out on a limb right now and say Carson Beck and Fernando Mendoza are older than Bernie Kosar and Dan Marino were back in 1985 when they met. And this is a national championship game. Now, you two guys, he's not 19, is he? Tell me he's not 19.
He is. By the way, that combined age would be 45.
Just 45?
Just 45. 22
it's got to be
for Fernando Mendoza and 24 for Carson Beck. 23,
okay.
Sorry.
So they're a little bit younger. They're a little bit younger than Dan Marino and Bernie Kosar.
A little bit.
Right.
It's crazy.
So you guys are like 40. You guys would be 45 as well. 44, 45, 44, and probably 45.
44. And
no.
Some change because of the months.
The change is way going to put you past 45. Tell me he's going to be 20 soon. Is he going to be 20 soon?
July 2nd is his birthday.
So he's got 6 months to go before he's 20, and you have.
You remember my birthday, right?
You're 420, and so your birthday's in 3 months. So that means you guys combined are over 45. You guys combined are over.
Some old bucks out here. Give me that.
No,
give me some skin.
No, way too young. Way too. He's 19 years old.
You hired this guy.
Did anybody tell me that he was that young? He's the producer on the TV side of WZZ on TV. He's 19 years old. The heck is up with that? It's crazy. All right. Phone lines are open. If you want to jump on board, you can get in. One other note from the NFL in the playoffs. With a touchdown Saturday night, do you think Christian McCaffrey will score a touchdown?
Yes.
When he scores a touchdown against the Seattle Seahawks on Saturday night, it'll be his 8th straight playoff game where he had check that. It'll be his, it'll be his 9th straight playoff game with a touchdown. And he will tie Thurman Thomas of the Buffalo Bills as the only player in NFL history with a touchdown in 9 straight playoff games. He is right now tied with Emmitt Smith and John Stallworth at 8 right now. All right, so that's where he is right now. He is tied with Emmitt Smith and John Stallworth, and one more touchdown. It'll make 9 in a row, and that'll tie him with Thurman Thomas as well. All right, let's get a break. We'll come back with a final segment next. You want to jump on board, get your picks in? You can get your picks in right after this. It's a Thom Abraham Show on a Football Friday. Back with more right after this.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
If you love fishing, listen up. Bring the whole family to the largest fishing expo in Alabama history. Alabama's Ultimate Fishing Expo is January 16th through 18th at the new Omniplex in Coleman. Pro seminars, show-only deals, live demos, and hundreds of booths full of rods, reels, tackle, and more. You could even win a new Ranger boat. For all the details, go to ultimatefishingexpo.com. Don't miss Alabama's Ultimate Fishing Weekend.
If you're ready to lower your utility bills, it's time to call Eagle Insulation. Eagle can handle it all. Attic re-insulation, insulation removal, wall insulation, and new construction insulation, commercial and residential. Our primary goal is to save you money, and lots of it. Typical clients realize their return on investment within 3 to 6 months. That means the re-insulation actually pays for itself and then some. See if we can help you. Contact Eagle Insulation today, 256-755-1556, or log on insulatewitheagle.com.
You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loaders from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best, and this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Thompson Tractor knows how much value you place on your customer's satisfaction. It's how you build your business. It's also how we build ours. Since 1957, hardworking folks like you have counted on Thompson to provide the absolute best lineup of equipment in the industry, all backed by a customer service and product support team that time and again have proven to be second to none. It's all about maintaining peak performance. Always has been, always will be. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, if you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself.
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
In the market for a new or used car? Look no further than Hyundai of Decatur. With a large inventory of new, used, and certified pre-owned Hyundai models, Greenway Hyundai of Decatur is here to service all of your Hyundai needs. Come visit our exceptional service department as well. With state-of-the-art facilities and a caring team of automotive professionals waiting to service your vehicle, make Hyundai of Decatur your #1 choice for all your automotive needs. Give them a call today at 256-274-0279 or visit them online at greenwayhyundaiofdecatur.com.
Hey there, Bob Baumhauer again. Baumhauer's Victory Grill is extremely proud to have recently received numerous awards, including being voted Best Wings in the state of Alabama. Other awards received include Best All-Around Restaurant, Best American Restaurant, #1 Sports Bar, Best Chef, Best Wings, and Best Dining Experience. Thank you for 43 legendary years, and we look forward to providing you an award-winning dining experience at every visit. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the Tom Abraham Show is brought to you by the award-winning service department at Woody Anderson Ford. That's right. They take care of the routine checkups. They keep your Ford or other brand in perfect working order. But if you have a bigger problem, they got these expert service technicians that can diagnose it, use state-of-the-art tools to get it resolved. I take my vehicles there. I've been doing it, for nearly 20 years now. It's Woody Anderson Ford and the service department. Second to none. Check out Woody Anderson Ford today.
I didn't intentionally let that run a little long. It just kind of happened that way. I mean, I didn't mean to. It just, I was in the middle of something else, and I didn't, and I didn't get to it. So that's my bad. Okay. All right, let's get to the line. Knock a couple more of you guys off here before we wrap things up here from the Omniplex in Coleman at the Outdoor Fishing Expo here, the Ultimate Fishing Expo at the Omniplex. Getting ready to open the doors here in just a few minutes. Michael is up next. Michael, welcome to the show. How are you?
Doing pretty good, man. Go Vols, go Pack, go. Hey, I just wanted to say, tell Philip, we don't want to hear politics on the show unless it's related to sports. And I know he mentioned the NFL, but he never got to his point, so it's a good job by you for cutting him off. And that's really all.
I think he was trying to make the point that the NFL never said anything about that, but they said they got into these other issues, which is I think the NFL got smart. I think the NFL got wisened up after the fiasco with the national anthem and George Floyd. I think the NFL said, you know what, let's stay out of this stuff because we're going to turn our own people off.
Right. Yeah. I want to get your opinion on something. You seem like it's gotten to the point in college football now where you pretty much the players that you recruit out of high school are pretty much the guys that just sit on the bench, and then your starters come from the portal. I mean, that's kind of the way it is now, right?
In many key positions, I still think you build your roster through the high school kids. The question, the point is, there's pressure now to get them in as quickly as possible, because if you don't get them in early, you're going to lose them. I mean, and that's basically what we have seen, these days now.
Yeah, and that's the problem with Tennessee right now. Is they're in limbo. This stupid judge doesn't want to,
That's a whole other issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the quarterback
with Joey
there?
Aguilar. Yeah, and everybody was talking about what does it go? Levis, Sam Levitt, or what is his name? Levitt?
No, Sam Levitt.
Levitt.
Who ended up at LSU.
Sam
Don't
Levitt.
sleep on George McIntyre though. The kid from Brentwood, Tennessee, George McIntyre. He could be pretty decent. They liked him a lot last year. In camp. So you might have something in McIntyre.
Yeah, but people made a joke and they said, "Aren't you guys tired of getting quarterbacks that have the word leave in their name?" I'm like, that's a good point. And he does have the injured foot, so I don't know, but I think we want Aguilar. I mean, he's our first choice, so hopefully we get him. But hopefully, man, Heupel can build a good team. And man, I was never on that fire Josh Heupel train, but man, I mean, how far can you go, man? How far can you go before the seat starts getting hot?
Well, be careful because you went through a long period of time where you're winning 6-7 games.
Exactly.
And, you know what I mean? So don't be careful what you wish for. I think you're all right with Heupel. I mean, this goes all the way back, and thanks for the call. I appreciate it. This goes all the way back to Philip Fulmer. Philip Fulmer was winning 9 games a year, 10 games a year, but he wasn't winning championships and getting you back to Atlanta. So, okay, you got to move on. And then you went into a dark spot for about 15 years. So I wouldn't get too crazy about jumping off a Heupel right yet. Let's see if we can get Ron in here to wrap it up. Ron, welcome in. How are you? Ron, you're up.
Hey, sorry, didn't hear you.
It's all right. You want to get in on the picks?
NIL.
Oh, NIL. Okay, go ahead.
No. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm so sick and tired of hearing it. Hey, that's a nice place up in or down in Coleman, isn't it?
It is absolutely beautiful here. I had no idea that this Omniplex was like this. That this is an oasis here. This is great, and it sets up perfect for this outdoor expo.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, I'll get on the picks.
The Bills at the Broncos. It's a pick.
I'm going to have to go with Broncos.
49ers get 7.5 at the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
The Texans get 2.5 at the Patriots.
Patriots.
Rams minus 3.5 at the Bears.
That's so weird to me. Bears.
And give me the score Monday night.
Let's see, 34-27. Indiana.
34-27 Indiana. All right, I got you in, man.
Thank you, Duke.
All right, that's going to do it for us over here. And I tell you what, get in here. I'm just saying, all weekend long, this is going on in Cullman, the Ultimate Fishing Expo. You're going to want to come on down here and check this out. You can also get your picks in as well via the text window right up until kickoff tomorrow. Boys, you did a great job. I'm Thom Abraham. Have a great weekend, everybody.